Dumelang. I'm back. So I'm in the next part, right? And I was speaking about Shady Side and explaining the context of story and Netflix. Anyway, let's just move on. That's me turning on my Mac because I need to work, alright? Anyway, whatever. Since the power has been restored. Oh, I said that I was gonna switch off the light over there. Are we still gonna switch off the light? Let's talk for a little bit. Alright guys, I got a decent because it just looks better. Okay, fine. I don't know if it looks better this way or what, guys. Does it? But let's just carry on to visit this conversation. So here it is then. That this chick is like, my friends didn't die in vain. Like, no, forget about it, okay? I'm gonna find out what's going on with this witch, appease her, and next year there's not gonna be more kids that are gonna die. Like, no, like never, you know? And because of desire, guys, I might be throwing this story out of whack. Now, when you've seen it on Netflix, you will know what a grandchild hang there. You know what I'm saying? Mara ke hopola fela hore this chick had to be restored to either her finger or tlhogo or something. And I remember that eventually, like one of the girls is getting sakona, she started getting like visions or something. What's happening in my life thing? You know, why are they in close proximity to sunny side mara Havana prosperity ko Shady Town? What's going on? You know, she was all confused and she wanted to find out, like, you know, and because of her deep curiosity, I guess they cast her as hysteric, so she's gonna be the one that's led. She eventually is led to the tree. She finds the tree, digs up like the body of this witch. She finds the finger. I don't know where she finds the finger, or she finds the head or something, and then reconciles the head to the finger. And as soon as she reconciles the head to her finger, le boyfriend boyfriend, by the way, oh napela go no wait, ish, we know the LGBTQIA agenda. She had a boyfriend or girlfriend anyway, whatever. I think is one of the people of Professing that passed away. And so because girlfriend was murdered, then she like felt like trash and was like, my lady didn't die in vain. And that's what put her on this conquest. And there was a guy that had a crush on her that lived in Sunnyside or something, the side that is not cursed. There was a school on the side that's not cursed that used to always compete with the school in Shady Side, and they always won matches while like Shady Side lost them. Basically, one side was cursed, the other side was not cursed, but the kids every so often used to intermingle, interdate, like Romeo and Juliet type thing, with the rich side and the bad side. The parents didn't approve, and other kids in the school who were very classes did not approve, and so they would cause very heinous accidents. And one time the students of the of the school in the rich area were pursuing, because after some like football match, they were pursuing in a car chase the kids or the students in the school. Yes, in the school of the Shady Side people, and they got into a horrendous accident that basically killed like almost everybody. And with this accident happening, it happened at a location, a site that is literally close to near the tree where that witch was hung. So it's almost as if though it is this witch that caused that accident when the border was being crossed between Shady Town and Sunnyside, whatever. Like, woo, it's story whatever. So bana ba go ish metsi ka montla mbora nrasetsa bana ba go Shady Town le ba ne ba le kokoloing le the guys ba go accidenting ba Sunnyside dying at this particular scene. The ones who said this girl was in the car and she survived. She got out of the car crawling because, you know, she was like hurt or something. And since she was crawling and she was at that location, she started getting these dreams and visions, and then was given the real story as to what happened for this curse to like occur type establishment thing. What was the original issue type setup thing? She got a vision and a dream because she was at the site or the burial site of the witch. Goodness, like you'd have to go and figure it out, okay? I think the name of the story is called 1947 or 1948, 1958. It's got the title of a year. Anyway, whatever, all right? She then got plunged in a comatose state, as in nalispetleleng or something. Accidenting. And in this comatose state, she got sent back to the 16th century where this witch was living. And she was the witch. She was in the body of the witch in this like premonition or this like Michael J. Fox Back to the Future, but it's Back to the Past vibes. And she got to live out the experiences of what ultimately got that witch at the stake, or what ultimately got her to be hung on a tree. And it turned out to be Maka. And also, what is this? What do they call it? Homophobia. I get really like, yeah, they trying to push this whole agenda in these Netflix shows. So she not only got accused of being a witch, but she also was being murdered basically because she and this other Chiquita were engaged in foul relations with one another, since they were not acceptable all the way back then. She was innocent when she died. She wasn't a witch, but there was someone that was, and it turned out that the person that was a witch. So just backtracking a little bit, the guy, there is a girl who survived. Like every year, and there tends to be a sole survivor only, and in this sole survivor, only PTSD and the sole survivor was now, let's say, like she's like a middle-aged woman. She's living by herself. She still got that PTSD. She lost her sister at summer camp. She lost all of her friends at summer camp. It was like a whole massacre. You know what I mean? And this chick consults her. She goes, alo bua le yena on some, tell me what happened in 1948. Please tell me what happened in 1947, whatever the year might be. And this chick explains what goes down, what went down in that 1948, 1947. And there is a guy in the show that is Giliponesa, ne? He is a cop and he is a sweet guy. Like everybody just loves him. Like he doesn't look like anything intense, right? And he's got strained relations with this chick, with the one who survived, the sole survivor, ne? And they can't understand why these strained relations. Why did she doesn't understand why he suddenly cut her off, because they used to date when they were kids, and he didn't, he also rescued her from, she was like, like this dude was the one, or chenchilling, waba zombie, wabulala bonke labantwana. No, he belonged to a family that was killing all of these kids, and then he suddenly rocked up, when this chick and her sister were being killed, and he somehow managed somehow to conquer, to overcome the zombies. And so she was the sole survivor, but not without first getting multiple stab wounds in her body type establishment thing. So if at all you're going to go and rescue a woman because she's a damsel in distress, you would imagine that you would stay friends with her, especially considering Nelejola, you were dating. So he just cut her off. He ghosted her. He suddenly just ghosted the living daylights out of her, and years down the line she couldn't understand, but how do you rescue me from all these calamities and then ghost me? And on top of that, not only did he ghost her, he also denied what happened. He not only ghosted her, but he also denied that this thing ever happened, that there were ever ghosts. He wrote it off, that whole massacre, as there was a serial killer and we still haven't caught him. He refused to admit that there was something ominous. He refused to speak of the experiences, to understand, that were very paranormal. He basically allowed the whole town to write this chick off as crazy, to write her off as insane. All right, so let's move on to the next part.